check in with Blake Morgan, who does a great job covering Tennessee recruiting here for SEC Country on a day when the Vols have gotten some great news with Ramel Keyton, the four-star wide receiver from Marietta, Georgia, choosing Tennessee at a ceremony in his school just a mere couple of seconds ago. Blake, first of all, good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. And would you mind shedding some more light? A lot of Vols fans in our comment section were confident going into this decision that it would be Tennessee. Ultimately, Blake, why is it that Tennessee won out here?
Well, he's talked a lot about wanting to go somewhere where he can make an immediate impact and where he feels like the coaching staff would prepare him to get to the NFL level, right? And, well, Tennessee has a pretty clear path to early playing time. On the outside of the offense at the wide receiver position, Marquez Callaway, Juwan Jennings, they'll be seniors while he comes in as a freshman. So that means sophomore year, it's a pretty clear path to being a starter on the outside at the wide receiver position. And then, getting guys to the NFL. Tyson Helton has developed a lot of guys as the passing game coordinator while he was at USC. David Johnson, the wide receivers coach, who's really been just a killer on the recruiting trail to this point for the Vols. He's coming on. He just had Anthony Miller from Memphis get drafted over the weekend a few weeks ago in the NFL draft to the Chicago Bears. So, he just felt like this was a comfortable spot. He had a great relationship with the coaches, and, it's just more momentum for the Vols on the recruiting trail.
Blake, we heard a couple of weeks ago Wanya Morris point out the fact that he wanted to be a cornerstone. He wanted to be the face of the signing class for Tennessee this coming year. How much is Jeremy Pruitt selling that to these recruits, and how much do you think they're listening to? Hey, well, you can come here and start something very special.
He's selling it a lot, especially to the top-tier guys like Morris, like Keaton. It's come in and, be a part of something special. You're not just going to be another guy or another, moment along a great dynasty. You're going to come in and you're going to be the face of it. That's what Pruitt comes and tells all these people. What also helps with that is what that means is, hey, you're going to come in, you're going to play early, and you're going to end up, when you leave, playing at a high level in the SEC. And clearly, that's something that's resonating, and it's something that Pruitt has been able to get these guys to believe that he's going to get them there.
And it's not just the players who seem to be buying and believing right now. I've got to imagine, Blake, for Tennessee fans, it's very much the same thing. Pruitt's a high-energy guy. He's dedicated to the recruiting process. And I imagine coming into Georgia and getting these kind of wins, I would imagine for Vols fans, this raises their morale probably more than anything that Tennessee's been able to do in a number of years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, no, absolutely. He just fits the culture of Tennessee just so much better than, the Butch Jones kind of, with the sayings and the little hashtags and stuff like that. Pruitt he's just so down to earth. He just connects well with the fans and obviously with these players, which helps. But the recruiting wins are big. I was listening to the show and, y'all mentioned that he kind of had the half shot at the fans for not showing up for the orange and white game. I think that rubbed some people the wrong way, but getting stuff like this, generating excitement like this is really big because Pruitt's not going to go out of his way to kind of manufacture enthusiasm. You can compare it to what Chad Morris or Joe Moorhead are doing at Arkansas and Mississippi State, where, they're out in the public all the time. They're hyping it up. They're doing interviews. They're doing everything they can to try to get the fan, support to grow and keep going. Pruitt is going at it from a very Nick Saban approach where, hey, we're on the recruiting trail, and then that's going to lead to wins on the football field, and the people will follow, and they'll be happy. And so that's where it starts. You got to put your money where your mouth is, and Pruitt's certainly done that to this point with another big recruiting win.
Blake, what's the ripple effect here? This is another big win for Jeremy Pruitt. It's another big win in the state of Georgia. It's another big win from a high-profile program. We talked about Harrison Bailey earlier on the show and really looking towards next year's signing class. What's the ripple effect here for Jeremy Pruitt?
Oh, big. They are really big on the Marietta high school pipeline, right? You got Gilbert, Rashad Torres, and B.J. O'Leary that they're really high on. There's also Dawson Ellington's another guy that they've offered and they've had come up to Tennessee as well from Marietta. But as well as the other guys, that they're really hoping that this, Keyton can kind of open up this pipeline with the Marietta prospects, and then also just the Georgia prospects in general. The fact that, two really good Georgia guys in the class of 2019, and Wanya Morris and Ramel Keyton, are saying, yeah, we'll go up north, we'll go to Tennessee, and we'll start something big. And that's really important. That's something that Jeremy Pruitt has come in and, he thought that they could come in and make waves in Georgia and in Louisiana. We still have not really seen the Louisiana part kind of take off yet, but there's no doubt that Pruitt's proving he can come in and recruit at a high level in Georgia, and that's big for, the future of the program.
But just to follow up on what Mike mentioned, do you think this helps Tennessee with the 2020 quarterback Harrison Bailey right now?
I don't see how it couldn't, right? This is one of Bailey's top targets. Keaton had 59 catches last year. I know Bailey had some injuries and whatnot, but it's his number one guy. Going into this next season, I imagine that they're going to be hooking up for a lot of touchdowns. So, of course, it'll help. And, anytime Bailey comes up to campus, Keyton will probably be with him, and vice versa. Whenever Keaton's coming up, he's probably going to be pushing for him. And, Tennessee has made it pretty clear. They've slow played the 2019 quarterback class just because I don't think that they're crazy about anyone in the class. But they're really high on Harrison Bailey. And the fact that you can get his number one wide receiver target is only going to help their ability to get him. But that's going to be a tough one. A lot of people want him, including Alabama. So that's going to be a recruitment that I'm sure we're going to be watching closely over the next year or so.
And Blake Morgan, we'll look forward to reading a lot from you about that over the next year or so there at SEC Country. You do a great job covering Vols recruiting. Thanks for being here with us today on SEC Country Live. We'll look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Good stuff there from Blake Morgan.